Good afternoon to all of you. Please join fast so that we'll start our lecture. So in the last week, uh, we have discussed about what is language, why it is important to learn English language, where we are using it, what is its importance, that we have discussed in the last week. Also, we have seen that English as a language of education, English as a language of traveling and business. Okay. English as a language uh, to know the cultures of different countries or different continents. Okay. So we have discussed all of these, okay, in the last lecture. Only 25 students have joined to this lecture. Today is, I think, very less attendance. So why is it important to learn this language? The most important point is that uh, after learning this language, after learning how to speak, how to communicate with the help of this language, uh, you will get to know that the things are becoming easy for you. So when you go for a tour to the world, or when you go for a picnic in the foreign countries, you will understand the importance of this English language and communication uh, with the help of this language. Okay, so why is it important? Because it is a international common term. If you uh, meet to a person who is not from Europe also, he is from African countries, okay, and if you meet him and when you interact with each other, and uh, while interacting, if you will use your language while interacting, if you will use your language, that is your mother tongue, and not his language or English, or as a common language English, then it will become difficult to know him or to understand what uh, he wants to convey to you, or he wants to speak to you. Okay, so that is why learning this language becomes very important. And we have included this subject or English from our KG itself. And we have to learn it throughout our PG also. Okay, not the subject, but uh, uh, different uh, skills regarding this subject. Okay, communication skills, different communication skills, you will have to learn them uh, to uh, to be in a race of this world. Okay, so that is why this language becomes so important. Also, this language is used for trade purpose. Okay, So international trade happens, or international trade, import export trade happens by using this language only. So that is why it becomes very important language. Then also we have our syllabus, or we have our subjects that are written in this language, okay, by using this language. So we can't get enough material, study material, if we are using our own mother tongue. If we are using the books, then you will find that books are also written, your syllabus books, engineering syllabus books, medical syllabus books, or art, commerce, science, these syllabus or curriculum, you will find it in English language, okay, and it would be difficult to find them or find it in your language. That is why it becomes very important. And also we are using this language to be or to be famous, or to become famous, or to become known by all people, or people from around the world. To become famous, it is necessary to know his language, to speak with the help of this language. That is why. And another important uh, fact about this language is for growing our business, okay, for growing our business also, we should use this language, or we should market make strategies related to the marketing, okay. For marketing fundas, we can see that they can be used with the help of this language. That's why this language becomes most important language. Then as I was teaching you for last 1 month, okay, so in the last month also, in the month of September, we have discussed this subject, okay, and we also have learned the parts of speech, okay. So is it necessary to repeat them once again or not? I want answer from you. Shall I repeat the parts of speech once again, or shall I proceed to the next topic? Yes. Are you hearing me? Students, am I audible to you? Hello? No one is answering. Yes. Please tell me that. Shall I repeat the parts of speech, or shall I take another topic related to the grammar? Yes. All of you understood the that topic, parts of speech? Yes. How shall I proceed further then? No one is answering me. I have asked you a question that is it necessary to repeat that parts of speech topic once again, or shall I proceed further? Yes. Huh? Shall I,
Proceed.
Okay, okay, okay. Shall I? I will take another topic so that it will be beneficial for you. So I'm sharing with you a screen. Please tell me that if is it visible or not. Okay. I have shared with you a screen. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So yes. So in the last month, okay, in the last month we were having the ATT lectures. It was uh, we have launched the series of lectures from 1st September to 25th September. Okay, and we have uh, I have taken almost 14 lectures on your class. Okay, and I have completed the first topic and first unit, that is the parts of speech. Okay, so we have discussed in deep. Okay, we have studied them in the deep. So how many parts of speech are there? There are 8 parts of speech. Okay, and they are noun, pronoun, verb, adjective, adverb, then conjunction, preposition, and interjection. Okay, so all of them are very important, as these are called as parts of speech, means they are the parts of that speech or language. Okay, and without them we can't construct any type of sentences. Okay, so it is very important to study them very well. Okay, so and I want to tell you that uh, without these parts of speech, without proper understanding of these parts of speech, it is difficult to use them in a language. Okay, so that is why they are important. So nouns means what? The name of any person, place, or thing. Okay, so there are two types of noun: common nouns and proper nouns. Okay, so common nouns are the nouns of common things or common person or group of person, group of things that are named as a common. Okay, and proper noun means what? It is the name of particular person, place, or thing. Then pronouns are the words that are used instead of noun, in the place of noun. Okay, then verb is the word which is indicating an action, or which is the indicator of the action. So it indicates the action which is uh, done by the subject. Okay, then uh, verb. Then adverb is the word which tells how that action has happened or how that action takes place. Okay, it takes place in what manner. Okay, so it takes place slowly, fast. Okay, or at different way it takes place. Okay, that is why they are called as adverbs. Adverbs are also having many types: adverb of time, adverb of place, adverb of uh, action. Okay, so these are the adverbs and its types. Then next we discussed about adjectives. Okay, so adjectives are the words which tells more information about noun in a sentence. Okay, so which is the adverbs are the words uh, which are called as the modifiers. Okay, the modifiers of the noun. They modifies the noun. They tells more information, they dictate more information about noun. For example, tall, dwarf, okay, then beautiful, ugly, or intelligent, okay, honest. These are called as adjective. Also, we have seen that adverbs, yes, adverbs are easily uh, identified when there is ly suffix, which came after that word, okay, word, which came after that word, any word. If there is a ly suffix, then it is called as adverb of manner, okay. So this also we discussed in the last month. Then we have discussed about the preposition, okay. So prepositions are the words which tells the position of noun, okay, which tells the position of noun. There are different types of preposition. uh, Preposition of place, preposition of time, okay. These are the different types. uh, Examples of prepositions are on, in, okay, on, in, then above, between, below, these etc etc. Also we have discussed about them. Then we have studied that conjunctions are the words which joins two words or two phrases or two different clauses or two different sentences, okay. So they are called as conjunction. So there are also different types of conjunction. uh, Coordinating conjunction is one of them, one of the type of uh, conjunctions. And subordinating conjunction is also the one of the type of conjunction. So there are two types of conjunctions: coordinating conjunctions and subordinating conjunctions. In coordinating conjunctions, we can see that and, or, but, these are called as examples of coordinating conjunctions. And subordinating conjunctions are nothing but words which uh, joins two clauses or two sentences having different or having uh, unequal importance, okay. So one in the sentence we can find that if there are two sentences, then there are these two sentences are either uh, dependent clause or independent clause, okay. So dependent clause is the clause which is dependent on the independent clause, and independent clause is the independent clause which doesn't depend on any type of other clause, okay. And to join them we use subordinating conjunctions. Examples of subordinating conjunctions are since, but, then, although, though. These are called as subordinating conjunctions. And coordinating conjunctions and, or, but, okay. The coordinating conjunctions also has its subtype, that is correlative conjunction, okay. And correlative conjunction means the conjunction which comes in a pair, okay. The uh, conjunctions which comes in a pair. And what are the examples of correlative conjunctions? Not only but also, then either or, neither nor, hardly, had, scarcely, hardly, hardly when, scarcely when. Okay, these are the correlative conjunctions. We can find them in a sentences. And at the last, we learned that there are the words which came abruptly or which came uh, through our mouth when we get excited or we get angry. Okay, we are uh, having the feeling of sadness, okay, happiness, joy. So what are these words? What these words are called as? These words are called as intersections. Okay, so intersections are the words, or these are the exclamations. When they come through our mouth or any person's mouth when he got excited or sad or frightened. Okay, so oh, ouch, hooray, these are the examples of intersections. So this much is all about our first topic, that is uh, parts of speech. So we thoroughly revised it before starting our next chapter. Okay, so uh, we have studied it in the last 1 month in the ATT lectures. Okay, so that's why I didn't repeat it once again, because it will be boresome. Okay, it will be uh, you will get bored after once again if you are studying it. Okay, so that is why I only recapitulate the main points and definitions of the parts of speech. So today we are going to discuss our another topic, the next topic, that is very important topic, uh, tenses in English. Okay, so how many tenses are there in English? We will discuss them, okay, in deep. So the second topic that we are going to study is tenses in English. So what are the tenses and why they are used, that we will discuss in this lecture. So let's first uh, read it and we will understand it by explanation. Okay, so tense is an important part of any language. Okay, so why it is important? Because without tense we can't construct any type of sentences. Okay, for constructing, okay, for narrating any type of sentences, we should be well known with the tenses. Okay, so without tenses it is not possible to construct or to narrate sentences we if we are or that we are want to speak or we wish to speak. Okay, so that is why tense is an important part of any language. The study of tense tells us how to form a sentence to indicate an action in a particular time. So the study of these tenses will tell you how to form or how to construct a sentence. Okay, how to construct a sentence to indicate an action, for indicating an action or for denoting any type of action uh, at a particular time or at a particular moment. Okay, at a particular moment when that action was happened for discussing or for uh, denoting that action or for uh, telling about that action, speaking about that action, we use the tenses to indicate an action. Okay, so that is why tenses are very important part of language. Then see the next. The knowledge of tense makes us the perfect user of language. So by getting the knowledge of this tense, the knowledge of this tense, we become perfect user of language. When it will happen? When we get knowledge regarding the tenses. That is why they are important. As we are learning these tenses from our childhood itself. Okay. So when we were in the uh, second or third standard, the tenses uh, that are included in the syllabus. Okay, so that is why we are learning from childhood itself, and though we are learning them, even we can't create perfect sentences. Okay, because uh, we are not the native speaker of this language. Okay, we are the second speaker of this language. In the native land, that is England or Britain, we can see that the people from its childhood itself, okay, have the surrounding environment related to this language, and we don't get that surrounding environment, and because of that we were somewhat uh, uh, lagging in using this language perfectly. Okay, but we can use our mother tongue perfectly, and same case happens with the native speakers of English, that is British people. Okay, because we are surrounded with our parents and family members who are speaking with us in our mother tongue. Okay, or in our own language, mother tongue, Marathi, or it may be Marathi, it may be Hindi, it may be Gujarati, it may be Bengali, it may be Tamil. Okay, so we are surrounded with the environment regarding our own mother tongue. In the same case, when we speak about the native speakers, that is Britishers, they are surrounded with their own English speaking population. Okay, and that is why they are good speaker of this language. They can use this language without learning grammar, but we are not native speakers, we are second speakers of this language, and that's why we have to learn this uh, grammar of this language for perfect to be perfect in this language. Then see, before learning tenses we should know the parts of sentence. So before learning the tenses are related to the sentences. Okay, and without tenses we can't create sentences, but for creating sentences also there should be the knowledge of parts of sentence. So what are the parts of sentences that we have to know first, and after that only we will get the knowledge of tenses. Okay, knowledge regarding tenses. Then we should also remember the parts of speech in general and verbs in particular are at the core of any sentence. So we should also remember what we have to remember, we have to remember the parts of speech in general. Means in general, we use parts of speech while talking to a person or while speaking to a person which is in front of us. Okay, so we should also remember the parts of speech. We should also understand them. We should also use them while speaking to another person. Okay, and verbs in a particular. So we have to use the verbs in a particular. Okay, why in a particular? Because for any action, we have to use a particular verb which is showing that action. Okay, which is demonstrating that action. So if we are playing cricket and if we use swimming instead of playing, will it be possible? No, because it will change the meaning of that sentence. So verb itself will change the meaning of any type of sentence. So we should use the verbs in a particular manner. Okay, particular verb should be used for a particular action, and that is why they are at the core of any sentence. They are at the core of means they are very important. So this is about the tenses in English. Let's see the next slide. The next slide is what is a sentence. So let's see what is a sentence. What is its definition? So sentence. A sentence is a meaningful group of words. What is sentence? A sentence is a meaningful group of words. Why it is meaningful? Why should we use meaningful group of words? To construct a to form or to construct a meaningful sentence. Okay, so if we are doing one action, okay, if we are doing one action and we are calling it, okay, if we are calling it differently, then we can't create any type of meaningful sentence. Okay, that's why it is very important to know that sentence should be a meaningful group of words. Okay, and not meaningless words. So examples, let's see one example and let's discuss it. We are learning English. Okay, this is the example. We are learning English. Then see the next example. Tractor is swimming. Tractor is swimming. So can you find difference between these two examples? There is something different in these two examples. We are learning English. This one example, we can see that it is a meaningful sentence. Okay, we are learning English. We are discussing with each other. I'm discussing and you are listening to me. Okay, so that is why this process of discussion is going on and we are learning English. So learning is verb in this example and it shows what type of action we are doing. Okay, so we are doing the action of learning English subject, okay, or communication skills subject. Then the second example is tractor is swimming. Tractor is swimming. How can tractor swim? Okay, how can any tractor swim? can tractor swim on water? Is tractor a living object or non-living object? Is it mortal or immortal? So tractor is not immortal, it is mortal. Or tractor is what? Not living object, it is non-living object, it is a machine. Okay, it is a machine which works when we give push to it, or we use fuel. Okay, if we use, when we use fuel to drive it. Okay, and he can't do things that tractor can't perform any type of work without any type of direction. Okay, we are giving the directions to that tractor. Okay, okay, when we are driving it, we use the steering, we move it here and there, and by moving it, we take a round, or we drive that tractor, or we it is a living thing and it drives by itself. No, tractor is not a living thing, it is non-living thing. And that is why this sentence, tractor is swimming, is not a meaningful sentence, it is meaningless sentence. So we can't say that tractor is swimming. Okay, we can't say that tractor is swimming. We can say that tractor is floating. Okay, tractor is floating. Instead, swimming, we have to use floating. Float. To float means what? Tarangne. So we can use the float word or floating for indicating the action by that tractor. Okay, so tractor is floating is the meaningful sentence. So in the above example, both the sentences are correct in terms of grammar. So these above two sentences, both these two sentences are correct in terms of grammar. Okay, they are very correct in terms of grammar. But when we come to the meaning of that sentence, when we come to the meaning of that sentence, we can't grasp any type of meaning. Okay, so but when we understand the meaning, we find the second sentence wrong. So when we want to trace any type of meaning out of that second sentence, that is tractor is swimming, we can't get a meaningful sentence. Okay, we can't get proper meaning of that sentence. Tractor can't swim. Okay, because it is not a living thing. If there will be a cow, okay, a cow or a buffalo or a boy, okay, or a girl, then it will be correct. Okay, then it will be correct. But uh, a non-living thing can't perform any type of action without instruction. Okay, or without equipment. That is why this second sentence is the meaningless sentence and the first sentence is the meaningful sentence. And for creating the meaningful sentences, we must be or we must use particular verb showing the particular action. Okay, so that is why it is important. Then see the next slide. The next slide is the parts of sentence. Okay, so how many parts of sentences are there that we have to discuss? So let's see parts of sentence. A sentence is made up of certain parts. Okay, sentence is made up of certain parts. There are certain parts of a sentence. There are some parts of sentence which are compulsory and some are not compulsory. So some of the parts of any sentence are compulsory, but there are some parts which are not compulsory, which are not mandatory to use in a sentence. So there are two types of parts in a sentence that are compulsory and not compulsory. So what are the parts of sentences? The parts of sentences are subject plus verb plus object plus complement. Okay, so these are the four parts of sentence, not speech. Okay, these are not the parts of speech. These are the parts of a sentences. Any type of sentence is formed with the help of these parts. Okay, so subject plus verb plus object plus complement. These four are called as parts of sentence. So in these four parts, the verb is the compulsory part of sentence, and without verb we cannot form any type of sentence. Okay, so without verb we cannot form any type of sentence. It is mandatory part or it is compulsory part of a sentence. So subject plus verb plus object plus complement. These are the four parts of a sentence. A sentence at least should have a subject and a verb. So it is the point to be noted that a sentence at least should have a subject and verb. So in a sentence, the sentence should at least made up of the subject and a verb. Okay, so there should be at least one subject and one verb in a sentence, and without it we can't create any type of sentence. Okay, so even if we are using verb because it is the compulsory part of sentence, but without subject it doesn't have any type of meaning. Okay, so there should be two parts of a sentence which should be used to create a meaningful sentence. So there should be subject or verb and object, or verb and complement. Okay, so any type of sentence is made up of at least two parts, that is subject verb. Okay, or any other combination. So this is about the part of sentence. Okay, let's see the parts of sentence, and the first part of a sentence is the subject. Okay, so let's first discuss the first part of a sentence, that is subject. So what is a subject? Let's see its definition. A subject occurs at the initial position of a sentence. Okay, so subject is a word. Okay, subject is a word which occurs at the initial position of a sentence. So we can find the subject at very first or initial position of a sentence. It's the place where subject has written. Okay, we have to write a subject at the very initial part of a sentence or initial position of a sentence. Let's see its example. I am a police. Okay, so first see this example. I am a police. So here in this example, I, okay, keep in mind, I is the highlighted word, and this word is called as subject because I am a police. This tells about the position of that person. Okay, I am speaking about myself and I am telling you that I am a police. Me police ahe. Okay, so here I am indicating, okay, or I'm giving the information about myself, and that is why I here works as a subject of a sentence, and which comes first or which comes at the very first place in a sentence. Then see the next example. Pune is my favorite city. Okay, Pune is my favorite city. So here Pune is a highlighted word. Okay, and it comes at the first place of a sentence. Pune is my favorite city. So here Pune is a subject. So what is subject? A subject is a noun or pronoun in its subjective form. Subject is a noun or pronoun in its subjective form. Let's see what is the meaning of this sentence. A subject is a noun. Okay, subject means what? Noun, any type of noun. Okay, may it be proper noun, may it be common noun, may it be pronoun. Okay, so this is called as subject. Okay, a subject is a noun or pronoun. So pronoun in its subjective form, we have discussed pronouns in their subjective form. Okay, so pronouns that comes in a subjective form are called as subject. Okay, they functions as a subject of a sentence. So what are the examples of pronouns and its subjective form? So I, we, you, he, she, it, and they. These are the pronouns which are used in a subjective form. Okay, so I, we, you, he, she, it, they. These are the subjective forms of pronoun. Okay, and its objective forms are me, okay, you, me, you, us, his, her, its, their. Okay, these are the objective forms, and they are not called as subject. Okay, because they comes as an objective form. They come as an objective form, and that is why when a pronoun is used in its subjective form, then only it is called as subject. Okay, so sometimes other elements such as adverb can occur at the beginning. So at the beginning, sometimes what happens, we have discussed about it. Okay, adverbs can be used. Okay, adverbs can be used or can occur at any type of position. Okay, any position, at any position adverbs can be used. Okay, it may be used at the first place, or it may be used at the last or in the middle of a sentence. So finally I became a police. Here the finally is the adverb and it comes before the subject, that is I. Okay, so finally is the word. It is used, or it is called as adverb, and it is used at the first place in a sentence. Okay, so this is about the subject. As we have only 6 minutes, let me first uh, take your attendance. Let me first mark your attendance, and then you can leave this meeting. Okay, so first uh, let me mark your attendance. Okay, I have done with the your presenting. So today we will stop here itself. We will study or we will discuss the latter part of this topic in the next lecture. Okay, so thank you for joining. You can leave this meeting and join to another meeting. Okay, thank you.